In this video, we're going to talk about the ultimate secret to success in B2B tech sales in the short term and the long term. We're actually going to talk about 3 foundational pillars that you can implement that I have learned about and gained clarity around after 8 years in tech sales at Oracle, Google Cloud, and now a global startup. I'm still learning. There's no silver bullet in sales and in life, but if you apply these 3 pillars, which are actually quite simple and draw from concepts even in the personal growth domain, you will be wildly successful and on your way to becoming a 6-figure earner. Make sure to stay for the whole video because I'm going to educate you on these 3 foundational pillars, and I'm going to tell you a story at the end that's pretty powerful. I use the word educate very intentionally because supposedly I've heard it means to draw out that which is already in you. You innately have these tools for success in tech sales and in life within yourself. If you get value out of this video, make sure to give that like button a love tap because the YouTube algorithm loves that too and will show this video to more people who could benefit from the message. And the mission of this channel is to empower you to break into tech sales, be successful, and become the best version of yourself. And if those are things that you're excited about and committed to, make sure to subscribe. I'm coming at you every week with new insights, and I've got your back. All right, let's dive into it. The first secret to success in B2B tech sales over the long run is applying the common denominator of success. This life-changing principle comes from one of the most famous pieces of sales literature of all time, written by Albert Ian Gray. This universal principle will help anyone be more successful in sales in all aspects of life. When Albert gave this talk, keep in mind the context. It was given to a group of life insurance salesmen back in the 1940s, but the wisdom is timeless. And I was actually introduced to this by a field sales manager at Oracle in 2017, who then went on to work at Google as well. I remember it greatly inspired me and has stuck with me ever since. Here's an excerpt. But this common denominator of success is so big, so powerful, and so vitally important to your future and mine that I'm not going to make a speech about it. I'm just going to lay it on the line in words of 1 syllable. So simple that everyone can understand. The common denominator of success, the secret of success of every man or woman who has ever been successful, lies in the fact that he or she formed the habit of doing things that failures don't like to do. Success is unnatural. Otherwise, everyone else would be doing it. It's just as true as it sounds, and it's just as simple as it seems. You can hold it up to the light, you can put it to the acid test, and you can kick it around until it's worn out. But when you are all through with it, it will still be the common denominator of success, whether you like it or not. It will still explain why men and women have come into this business of ours with every apparent qualification for success and given us our most disappointing failures, while others have come in and achieved outstanding success in spite of many obvious and discouraging handicaps. And since it will also explain your future, it would seem to be a mighty good idea for you to use it in determining just what sort of future you're going to have. The things that failures don't like to do in general are too obvious for us to discuss them here. And so since our success is to be achieved in the sale of life insurance, let us move on to a discussion of the things that we as life insurance men and women don't like to do. We don't like to call on people who don't want to see us and talk to them about something they don't want to talk about. Any reluctance to follow a definite prospecting program, to use prepared sales talks, to organize time, and to organize effort are all caused by this one basic dislike. Perhaps you have wondered why it is that our biggest producers seem to like to do the things that you don't like to do. They don't. And I think that this is the most encouraging statement I have ever offered to a group of life insurance salesmen and saleswomen. But if they don't like to do these things, then why do they do them? Because by doing the things they don't like to do, they can accomplish the things they want to accomplish. Successful men and women are influenced by the desire for pleasing results. Failures are influenced by the desire for pleasing methods and are inclined to be satisfied with such results as can be obtained by doing things they like to do. Why are successful men and women able to do things they don't like to do while failures are not? Because successful men and women have a purpose strong enough to make them form the habit of doing things they don't like to do in order to accomplish the purpose they want to accomplish. I hope that excerpt from the common denominator of success illuminated what it takes to be successful by doing things that are unnatural and uncomfortable. In sales, whether you're selling a legacy product like insurance or modern technology, if you can consistently make a habit of doing uncomfortable things that you naturally don't want to do, like making cold calls to strangers who might reject you, or putting in extra research and preparation before calls or outreach, you will be wildly successful. And in order to compel yourself to consistently do the uncomfortable things, which will be your tuition to long-term success in tech sales, you need to find a purpose that will carry you forward. Ask yourself, how committed am I to success, and what is my why? Write that down and remind yourself of it every day. The second pillar for long-term success in B2B tech sales is being humble, curious, and a continual learner. Whether you're trying to get into tech sales or currently in tech sales, make it a top priority to find mentors and model after their behavior. Set up time with these mentors who are further down the path to learn about their stories, their path to success, how they handle pricing objections, how they make pitches, how they prepare and manage their time, and just model after their behavior. Do what's worked for them. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, and this is one of the greatest ways to fast track your success and productivity. When you land an SDR role, if you really want to maximize your earning potential and reduce the time to promotion, find mentors and model after them. When it comes to mentors, make them proud. And the greatest gift you could give them is showing that you heard their advice and you implemented it, and that their advice contributed to your success. Even show that you're passing their advice along to others to enable them, and that you're amplifying their impact. As a mentee, you need to recognize that you're giving your mentor a gift in the opportunity to make a difference for you and make an impact and contribute to you. And every human being wants to make a difference. Show them the difference that they're making for you by keeping them up to date on your improved results and how you're sharing their ideas with others to help those other people improve their results. When you land a new role in tech sales, building political capital with mentors is an ultimate shortcut to getting promoted quickly. Because your mentors, when you take their advice and you even contribute to their goals and contribute to them and they appreciate you, they will vouch for you when it comes time for promotion. They'll also give you a look under the hood on what it takes to actually close deals so you can make the jump from just setting meetings and building pipeline to being a true closer. Beyond modeling after mentors, make sure to continue to learn by following top voices in the B2B sales space, following them on LinkedIn, reading top sales books, and modeling yourself after a certain sales methodology. A methodology, for example, certainly helps you structure and simplify how you interact with customers, and these methodologies are proven by seasoned sales veterans who have gone before you. If you want to truly be successful and break through in tech sales over the long term, what actually might be more important than learning a sales methodology or product knowledge is developing your skills in communication and in the realm of personal growth and leadership. If you want to improve your communication skills, enroll in Toastmasters, which is an internationally recognized organization where you can practice your public speaking. If you want to really discover who you are, uncover your blind spots, and create breakthroughs in your life in terms of confidence, peace of mind, happiness, and leadership, go to seminars like PSI, Size Seminars, or Landmark. These are incredible leadership development programs and seminars that companies like Google and other top companies will actually fund because they know it can take you to the next level and help you contribute at a higher level at the organization. At the end of the day, I have great news for you. And I want to take some pressure off you. You don't have to be the smartest person to be successful in tech sales. In fact, being the smartest person and knowing it all will cut off your potential and limit you in tech sales. You need to be highly curious, to understand customers and ask great questions. Even be curious about your own potential. Question your limiting beliefs about how successful you can actually be and expand your horizons. Unpredictable next-level results live outside of the context of who you currently know yourself to be and the results you're getting today. Approaching things from a beginner's mind and from a place of not knowing and not making assumptions will actually cause breakthroughs for you in tech sales and in life. You could prepare so much, so thoroughly for a call, and then talk to the CEO and find the business is heading in a different direction than what's reflected publicly on the website. In that case, you need to pivot and you need to be curious, and that curiosity will serve you more than what you previously knew. In fact, what you previously knew has nothing to do with the customer's new direction and won't serve you anymore. Just as customers' businesses are always dynamic and changing, the technology landscape is always changing. It's good to put in research before a customer interaction, but regardless of your research and assumptions, in conversations with customers, focus on trying to understand them, because ultimately understanding is the basis of influence, not telling them what you know. Be curious, keep learning, and keep growing, and eventually you will iterate your way to the best version of yourself and the best salesperson you can be. And the third and final pillar and key to success in B2B tech sales is to have a bias for decision making and action. High performance and unpredictable results live in action. If you give in to analysis paralysis, you slow yourself down and your potential results are slowed down as well. There is a lot we can't control in sales and in life, but we can control taking action, and we can control our response to our circumstances and situation. I'm not saying be reckless and thoughtless, but massive action is the oxygen that fans sales success into flame. One of the most important skills in business is to make good decisions, and we can learn how to make good decisions from the man who made all the decisions that grew Amazon into the monstrous company that it is today, Jeff Bezos. Bezos abides by his 70% rule. He says most decisions should probably be made with somewhere around 70% of the information you wish you had. If you wait for 90% in most cases, you're probably being slow. Jeff also says that if you're good at course correcting, being wrong may be less costly than you might think. Whereas being slow is going to be expensive for sure, because you miss opportunities. Long story short, don't spend 2 hours writing an email to reach out to a customer or to follow up. Spend time writing a good email and send it. Action's so important in sales because beyond learning from mentors, learning through doing is the fastest way to improve and grow. I've got to tell you a story to wrap up to illustrate the power of learning through doing. The story is about an SDR I knew at Google, who I now call Ryan the Lion. Ryan was actually my SDR, and when he joined the organization, he got on the phones and I heard him because he was right next to me, and he was awkward, he stuttered, he messed up quite a bit. But he took action and he kept making calls in spite of sounding really rough, and he asked me for feedback and he asked me to listen into those calls, and I gave him that feedback. And he put his ego aside and he implemented the feedback I gave him. He was very coachable and he kept going for it. When others were overanalyzing and not making as many calls, Ryan was taking massive action. And over time, he went from awkward and stuttering and getting rejected to pushing through objections, sometimes up to 3 objections on the phone at a time, to ultimately get the meeting. He became a cold calling powerhouse. He ended up teaching others at Google his approach and how to handle cold calls. He shared his call flows, how he handled objections. It was unbelievable to see, and he became so confident, so effective, that he got the nickname Ryan the Lion. When all is said and done, if you want to be successful in tech sales, entrepreneurship, and in life over the long term, channel your inner Ryan the Lion. Be bold and courageous. Take messy action. Learn through feedback and failure. Be professional doers. And as my dad always told me since I was a kid, make it happen. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like. And if you're trying to break into tech sales or take your tech sales business development game to the next level, I'm happy to hop on a coaching call to give you some insight and learn more about your goals. Feel free to email me at chrisbussingchannel@gmail.com. And of course, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more insight on how to crush it in tech sales and become the best version of yourself. Happy selling and happy living.